Again, my absolute worst fear for almost 2 years that I've been with the Holy Mess is doing a video in the wrong group. And that is exactly what I did tonight. I just got to laugh at myself. Laughing beats crying. How I know that I did not get into the right group to start with is when I looked to pull up my comments and there was no video. And I'm like, wait a minute. I know I am live over here. I was in our Christian weight loss and wellness group instead of this one, the weight loss and wellness group by the Holy Mess. I was in the Christian weight loss group. One click of the mouse can take you the wrong direction. So now I'm in the right group. And I had asked the question a while ago, when you come into the video, tell me if you have lost weight and gained weight over and over and over. And I'm answering right now. Carla, I seen yous over there hanging with me in the wrong place. Thank you for supporting me. Debbie, honey, I wonder where I am too most of the time. Hi, Linda. Hi, Michelle. I'm proud y'all are my friends and love me when I'm dingy. Hi, Margaret. How are you? Hello, hello. That was off to a rollicking good start now, wasn't it? Me too. You know, only twice have I gotten to goal weight, and that has been with my last weight loss. I have lost weight before. I have lost weight successfully. I have been on, I hate the D word, I've been on a diet since 5th grade, and I am sick and tired of it. I don't know about you, but I am sick and tired of losing the same weight. Oh, Kathy, honey, it's my fault you had trouble finding me. I was in the wrong group just to blabbering away. I'm tired of losing the same pounds over and over and over again. And I know y'all are the same way. And Sarah, our wonderful Sarah, has written a workshop series. I call it the semester. It starts Saturday, so you just have a little bit of time to get in on it. It starts Saturday, and it is via Zoom, and yes, there is a replay available. If you didn't know, Sarah is a certified binge recovery coach. She's got a lot under her hat, and she's going to be using her training, her own life experiences, a lot of research to guide us. And she talks pretty openly too about her past 20 years of keeping her weight off, of going through a period kind of like I am now, which I'm going to share about, of losing, gaining, losing weight, gaining weight. And if you listen to Sarah talk very much, she'll say, when I lost my weight for the last time. Love those words. When I lost my weight the last time. And not the last time she lost it, for the last time. Oh, Julia, I understand having grandbabies. It's okay. It's actually raining here. This is the first time it has rained in forever. Anyway, so I'm going to start. I've got my Kleenexes because I know I'm going to bawl and squall. And I'm just going to share like I tend to do. A little too open, a little too honest. We do keep it honest here at the Holy Mess, even when it's ugly. And I'm going to tell an ugly story. So, but it's true, but it's ugly. So everybody knows I was at goal weight a year ago. I was at goal weight 6 months ago. I was at goal weight until about the 2nd or 3rd week of April. Since then, I've managed to gain over 30 pounds. And I hate it. I hate that. I hate that I've gained 30 pounds. I'm thankful I didn't get up like the last time that I gained weight. If you've read the guidepost article, that's about that time. That's before I found the Holy Mass. I had gotten to my goal weight and got up to 201 pounds. Again, totally freaking completely out. And saying all these bad things. What's wrong with you? You're crazy. You're just not right. How can you do this? Really bad, ugly things. Because here I was, back at 201 or 2 pounds. And it's when I was on one of my prayer walks, walking, and God said, seek me. And I was like, God, you're all up in my life. What are you talking about? Seek you. Well, God guided me into the Holy Mass. I joined the fall workshop, the fall challenge, and got a whole new look at what peace with food could be, what bringing God, oh, thank you, Carla, what bringing God into your weight loss journey can do for you spiritually, mentally, physically. I learned things no one had ever told me before. Nobody had ever told me food was not my enemy. Nobody had ever told me I wasn't broken. Nobody had ever told me I could be trusted around treat food. Nobody had ever told me my worth was not my weight. I learned these affirmations that changed me from the inside out. Weight Watchers taught me a whole lot about what to do at the plate. Oh, thank you, Kim. Had to go to the doctor today. Weight Watchers taught me a lot about the plate, but I didn't know how to live my life. I did not know. That's awesome, Julia. Paula says, I think I've done it so much that this time I just can't lose. No, we never give up the fight. We may be in the war a long time, but we never give up the fight. Oh, Mecca, thank you, darling. That's sweet. So, y'all know I lost my mama. She was 85 years old. Daddy has been gone about 7 years. I never really left home. I live a quarter of a mile from Mama. So, Mama was a big part of my life, and Daddy was too until we lost him. And Mama, my sister, lived in the house with Mama, and she got sick suddenly, like real suddenly. And some of you guys, I had a Zoom scheduled with that Friday and had to cancel because my sister called and said, get here now. And I was doing a prayer walk at the time, and I think I done a prayer jog back to the house, and I got there, and by the time I got a quarter of a mile over the road, Mama was non-responsive. And I hope I don't trigger anybody, but I have to go all the way down to the uglies to explain how I got back up 40 pounds, 30-something pounds. So anyway, we called the ambulance, and we're far, far away from anywhere, and they called a helicopter, and Mom was airlifted out at 85 years old with a tube in and them bagging her. She did not want that, and there was a miscommunication. So they flew her out on life support. And that's not how Mama wanted to go. I told you I'm going to cry. This is going to be a snot-slinging night. I'm just telling you. It's not what Mama wanted. Daddy died at home, and Mama had said 1,000 times, I want to die at home. I just want to go to sleep at home when I die. And we'd done our best to make that happen and keeping her home. She would go into the nursing home for rehab after a broken bone. And as soon as she got able, she wanted to go back home. She wanted to be with her little dog, Dottie. So, by and by, we ended up at Little Rock, which is about 3 hours away, at UAMS, which is the teaching hospital for the state of Arkansas, where doctors learn to be doctors. And they couldn't figure out what was wrong. Thank you, Sarah. I need that. I need your prayers tonight, guys. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. And Mama had MRSA, which is the methicillin-resistant Staph aureus, in her blood. So it's called septicemia. Thank you, Kim. It's called septicemia, and hers was a particularly drug-resistant strain, and it was in her blood, and they couldn't find Thank you, Tammy. Oh, you cry with me. They couldn't find where it was coming from. Well, Mama has had a lot of broken bones. We are gifted with clumsy in our family, and as she aged, her little bones were just so brittle. So she had a few years ago broken her spine, had a couple of vertebrae broken, and they essentially cemented them. After 2 weeks of testing, they finally found that the infection, like you would have like a staph sore on your arm, was in Mama's spinal column. And they had her on the strongest antibiotics that they had, the only thing that was able to treat her, and she was not responding. And I was her power of attorney. They kept looking at me. And finally, it got in her eyes because it was in her blood. She was in isolation. It got in her eyes and she couldn't see. Most of the first week she was at the hospital, she was responsive. By the second week, she was very rare did she have a window of being responsive. By the third week, we had to make the decision to change hospitals so she could be put on in-house hospice. Thank God she had a moment where her window was open and I could talk to her and tell her, Mama, what they're doing is not working. And we don't have any choice because the treatment is shutting down your kidneys. We have to stop the treatment. And we have to go into hospice. And she said, well, does this mean I'm going to die? Yes, that's what it means. But we're going to be with you and make you comfortable. I've been holding all this back. Very few people actually know the whole story. So I had to tell my friends here. Y'all are my friends and family in spirit, I'm telling you. So anyway, we got transferred into another hospital, into St. Vincent's, to in-house hospice. She was so weak, she couldn't even go to hospice closer to home. I was going to bring her home with me. They said she would never tolerate the trip to come home to pass. So here we are, stuck in Little Rock. I had spent as much of the first 2 weeks there as I could, and once she entered hospice, me and my sister did not leave. We stayed 6 days and nights there, and my sister, God love her, she can sleep through anything. And what we said we would do, we would take shifts. You sleep a couple hours, I'll sleep a couple hours. Well, I got to noticing that when it was her turn to be awake, she'd be asleep, and I'd be awake. And I thought, okay, because we were afraid Mama would die without us being there, even though we were in the room. Oh, Donna, bless you. I'm sorry you've gone through that too. So I started eating to stay awake. It's an excuse, I know. I had a preacher that used to say it's a lie so far from the pits of hell it smells like smoke. Well, it's just an excuse. I started eating. I'd go down to the vending machines and get enough junk. I'm talking honey buns, whatever. There was no dietary restrictions. And to stay awake because Sister was going to go to sleep. So anyway, one morning she said, every time I was awake, I heard you rattling wrappers. And I'm like, yeah, I'm eating to stay awake. Okay, that was 10 pounds right there. In 6 days of eating around the clock. And I didn't realize until later, oh, bless you, Pat. I'm so sorry. I love you too. 6 days of this, and for somebody that's in binge recovery, and 6 days, it's like taking an alcoholic to a bar and sitting them down for 6 days during emotional distress and having an open bar. So some of those old demons I had started showing their ugly little heads. When Mama passed, the nurse had made us leave the room. This has been really hard. The nurse had made us leave the room. She said Mama's bath was that night. And me and my sister together has been a nurse over 70 years. So we were like, well, we don't want to leave. She's actively passing. We knew. And held her hand all day, wiped her mouth. The last words Mama spoke was that day, that afternoon. She looked at my sister and said, help me. She looked at me and said, I'm drowning. LaNette, pray. And I prayed. I sung and I prayed. That night, the nurse made us leave the room. We argued. Me and my sister can argue. We argued and said, we never have to leave the room. We'll help with her bath. We always do. Well, there's not enough room in here. Well, there's been being room for a week. Well, y'all just need to step out and let me give her her bath. And I said, what do you do when they're pushing you out the door? I said, okay, but you can't lay her down flat and you can't put her on her back because she will drown. She cannot breathe. We'd had her sitting up. So me and my sister, just, you have that, it just doesn't feel right feeling. And I said, well, let's just go get a soda and come right back. We'll just step out for a minute. And she's like, yeah, I'm not feeling right about this. I'm like, I'm not either. Something's not right. So we went to the soda machines, got us a Diet Coke. I did still drink Diet Coke. Got us a Diet Coke. And as we got off the elevator and come to the double doors where the locked unit was, and they had to buzz you through, my cell phone rang. I had it in the back pocket of my jeans. And I answered it, and the nurse said, I'm sorry, when we put your mom down flat for her bath, she passed. That was the last thing I told that nurse not to do. We wasn't there when Mama passed, despite having sat there for 6 days, me holding her hand, my sister holding her hand, saying, we're going to be here, you're not going to do this alone. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, so my mama died without us being there. And that has almost destroyed me. Okay, I've got to turn the waterworks off here. So that's my ugly, ugly, ugly story about gaining weight. So I had gained 10 pounds before we left the hospital. Well, Mama died on April 29th. It is. I felt like I was very robbed of something that I'd never get back. And I know many of you have lost parents that you didn't get to be there either. And I'm so sorry for anybody that's not there when their loved one passes. It's hard. So that was on April 29th. Mama died. And come back home and fell into all of the business end of things you have to do. And I just kept eating right on through May. And by then, I can gain 20 pounds a month. And by then, I had gained 20 pounds through May and the first part of June. And again, that old voice of, what is wrong with you? Well, I know what's wrong with me. I'm so depressed. I can hardly function through the day. Spend a lot of time in bed eating. It's ugly. I tell you, when I bottom out ugly. Very much like an alcoholic. And not finding any comfort in food. None whatsoever. I didn't go to church. Not because my faith wavered. I just didn't want to be around people. I just wanted to close myself off and just wall off. And I did that quite well, and just kept getting more and more depressed. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I love y'all so much. So, in amongst all of that, I'm in the Holy Mess membership, and somehow, in amongst it all, I decided, or God told me, that I was going to have to start looking for joy, because it wasn't going to come from Mama's passing being made okay. I'm never going to be okay with how that happened, and I have to stop living in that moment. And my oldest son, on the 4th of July, God bless him, don't you hate it when your kids are right? And he said, Mama, you're killing yourself. And he said, why are you torturing yourself? And I said, I just can't get past this. I can't. He said, okay. He said, I don't know how I raised such a smart kid. He said, if that were you passing. I said, yes. And he said, I went to the bathroom and you died. What would you say to me? And I'd say, dude, you missed it. He said, would you be mad at me, or hurt at me, or angry at me? I said, no, you're my baby. I know, I could never be mad at you. He said, tell yourself that from Grandma. Dadgum, you smart little boy, you. How did I get such a smart kid? And I realized then that Mama knew I was there. And she was received into heaven, into a far better place than where she left. And I started in really working, and if you've listened to any of the Tuesday Triumphs or Faithful Fridays, you've heard me say that a part of my weight loss that I have to have for me to lose weight is quiet time and joy. That has nothing to do with what happens on the plate. But when you eat out of emotions, it has everything to do. So I started looking. I have stopped gaining. I will say this. I have stopped gaining. I have leveled off, and I've lost about 8 pounds. So I am back. Now, I want to tell you about the Forever Fix, because that's where we're heading with this. Here is a list of things I did wrong. My daddy used to say, yeah, I got some good kids. Oh, Carla, I'm so sorry. You know, I've been keeping one eye on the comments, and we're all different. We're in different parts of the country, but we're all the same. We're just such a special group of people. I'm telling you. We're all different, and we're all the same. Things not to do when you have lost weight. Reset your tools. Stop judging yourself. Reach out. I should have told you guys this a long time ago. Reframe what your goal is, and stop denying where you are. Let go of guilt and shame. Go back to what's worked before. You can't hide gaining 30 pounds. Sorry, I can't. Have to get some new clothes, which I like doing that, but not bigger clothes. Don't like doing that. Had to get some new clothes because my shirts were too tight, because I gain everything in my chest. Oh, we are, Deborah. Amen. Amen. So all of that ugly brought out the binge demon that I thought I had tucked deep down within me. But Sarah, as God is so good always, Sarah was working behind the scenes on this thing called the Forever Fix that I didn't know about until she had it just right near done, and said, I want to show you and Terry this. Blew my socks off. Absolutely blew my socks off. And I thought, this is what you need. You need to wipe your slate. Gone. Let go of the past. You're not living back there. You can't go back there and change it. You can't guilt or shame yourself and lose weight. Do you want to get back where you were? Yes, yes, I desperately want to get back there. Well, then you desperately have to do something. And I told Sarah, as soon as she showed this to me, I was like, I want to try it right now before you put it out there for everybody. I want to try it. And I did. And that's how I got back on track and have lost so far 8 pounds. Thank God. And thank Sarah. And she's offering this to everybody. I know several of y'all have joined, and I am so looking forward to hanging out with y'all one Saturday a month. The Forever Fix, the Weight Loss Forever Fix. Forever. I don't ever want to have to lose weight again. It's so hard. Over and over and over. And I was looking in the comments. I know you guys know it because we've all been there before, losing it over and over. But the Forever Fix, what it is, here's my written on, scribbled on, marked up copy that I've been using for my work. Fix your struggle. Yes, yes, I was struggling. I was down rolling in the ditch, in the mud, like a hog, struggling, absolutely struggling. And Sarah's got some quizzes in here. I have a love-hate relationship with quizzes because I like to take them. They're fun, but I learn every time something about myself. And this is all based on our success path. And this whole semester, one Saturday a month, we're going to have a Zoom. We're just going to work on this. We're just going to work on safe eating, getting back to a safe eating spot. And this is open to members. It's open to non-members. It's open to anybody that wants to take it. There is a small charge. There's a huge discount if you buy all 5 workshops as a bundle. Sarah's got it set up where even if you just buy one workshop, you can do the 4-pay on, like, I think it's Klarna, one of the 4-pay plans, and pay it out, because we want everybody in on this. I don't want to be the only one. Oh, thank you, Liz. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't want to be the only one that's getting the benefit out of this. I want to share with you. So my score on the safe eating quiz was ugly because I was in an ugly place. So I came over and I took the food thought quiz. And guess what? It was ugly too because I was in an ugly place. And I looked at this little printout that I had made about what to do when you gained weight. I wrote this myself. And let go of the guilt. Let go of the shame. Accept where you are. I was really fighting with, I am not where I am. I have not gained 30 pounds. You've lost it twice already. You are not there the third time. Like I said, thank God I didn't gain up over 200 pounds. Thank God. I stopped at 30-something-ish. Anyway, I took the food thoughts quiz and I thought, man, I'm in a worse place than No, I was in a place I knew I was, but was really in denial of having been there. It's kind of like, I don't have a problem. Do you have a problem? And your problem is just right there, just blaring at everybody. And, you know, it's like, you ever around somebody and they got a little something on their tooth and you're like not wanting to say it, you know, but it's like, we noticed you gained weight. Yeah, I've gained weight. Yep, I've gained weight. I name it. I claim it. I've gained weight. It's not a secret to me. I've tried to not keep it a secret to y'all. So finally, I realized, why was I isolating myself? Was it out of this deep, dark depression? Or was it because I was ashamed? And you know what I found? Both. I was depressed. I still wasn't happy over Mama passing, and I never will be. I understand that now. I wasn't happy over how I dealt with it by stuffing copious amounts of food down my mouth, and I didn't want anybody to know I gained weight. Oh, that's so vain. That sounds so awful to say it out loud. Thank you, Sarah. It sounds so bad when you say it out loud, doesn't it? But guess what I did? I thought, okay, girl, you got yourself in this situation, and God's going to help you out of it. So I've been following the Forever Fix, and I wasn't sure about some parts of it, I have to admit, but I wanted a new starting place. And this came along at the time I needed it. And I'm working on getting my calories evenly spread through the day. I've been doing this for about a month, and I'm still working on getting my calories spread through the day. I got my big girl drawers on, and I went back to church, and guess what? Nobody said, oh my gosh, you're so big. What happened to you? Everybody hugged me and loved on me and told me they loved me, and they had missed me. And nobody said, what happened to you? They may say that this Sunday after I've cut my hair off, but anyway, nobody said ugly things. But we've been told so much ugly in our life in relation to weight loss. I don't know about you, but I'm just waiting for somebody to say something. And it didn't happen because they loved me. And I'm like, oh, I was putting off and dealing with a lot of anxiety over something I didn't have to worry about. So the Forever Fix, one thing I am so excited about the Forever Fix is it gives you a wide range of calories or points to work with. And you're going to look at the calories and say, I can't eat that much. Well, I can. I can way eat that much. But Sarah has a system to get you into this good, healthy eating where you can have a white chocolate macadamia nut cookie. Had one last night. And be okay and stay in your range. We can live life and not be on a diet or off a diet or going whichever way we're going, spinning in circles. Helene says, didn't you have to be ready to be okay when you were okay, not knowing you could get ready? Yes, absolutely. I had to get to a point where I could address my own needs. And sometimes you don't realize you're not addressing your needs. I found that many times. But what the Forever Fix will teach us is to finally fix our struggle. Finally. Forever Fix. Tools that will help us for a lifetime. The second workshop, I've got them printed off so I can show you. Our first one, let me flip over here a page or two. Here we go. Our first workshop, which is Saturday. Oh, Liz, you're a sweetheart. Fix your struggle. That's what we're going to do. Do you struggle with food? Yes, apparently I do. I struggle with food. Calling it what it is. I struggle with food. I love food. I grew up in a food-loving culture, in a food-loving family where food was the universal entertainment, the universal fix-it. So, I love food. The next workshop, which will be in September, they're spaced out, Fix Your Willpower. Well, boy, that one really got my attention. Do I need my willpower fixed? Yeah. It needs fine-tuned. I've got a lot of willpower. You can't lose 300 odd few pounds without a lot of willpower. But sometimes it's like you need your oil changed a little bit. This Forever Fix is helping me renew my passion about weight loss instead of just eating all the things. Our October workshop, Fix the Stuck Scale. Yes. My scale did not budge this week. It's okay. It'll budge again. Fix your stuck scale. And you know, not only does our scale get stuck, sometimes it starts going the wrong direction. Okay, November, we're going to start prepping for Thanksgiving. Fix your mealtime overwhelm. Yes, meals is overwhelming. Going out to eat can be overwhelming. Cooking can be overwhelming. Oh, thank you, Claire. Thanksgiving can be overwhelming. This year I'm back to like when Daddy passed, and many of y'all have been through here. I'm back to that whole year of firsts. Mother's Day was like May 12th, I think. I was such a mess that day. I told my kids not to come, and then I thought, who am I? And I told them to come, and you know what? They walked in the house, grabbed me up, hugged me, and let me cry. And they didn't expect me to cook and feed them and all that stuff. So I got through the first Mother's Day. So for Thanksgiving, overwhelm, I'm going to have some overwhelm. And I'm going to depend on this and the things that I learned to get me through this. Christmas. Mama and Daddy got married on Christmas Day. I know Christmas is going to be hard right now. And for those of you that have lost loved ones, not even in the past year, but over the years, you know what I'm talking about. Holidays change. We're going to have a plan to fix our holiday weight gain so that, and I love this, when you go into the first of the year, you're not having to lose weight that you lost and you gained during the holidays. That excites me too. I want to lose this 30-odd few pounds for the absolute last time. I want to be like Sarah and say, the final time I lost this weight. I want to do that. There is an optional VIP upgrade, and what that means is we'll have our workshop that morning and take a lunch break, and then we'll come back for those that want to do the VIP, and we're going to do questions and answers. Sarah is going to talk one-on-one with you and answer your questions. So if you've got any questions, I know Sarah's here answering them. I'll try to answer them. But if you feel like you're like I was and just kind of stuck and struggling, I'm struggling. I had to see the doctor today. He's kind, thankfully. So I told him I was back trying. I'm trying really hard. And he didn't chew me out or nothing. He's sweet like that. So I dreaded the doctor appointment because I hadn't been since I gained weight. And I dreaded that. But guess what? He didn't say, geez, LaNette, what have you done to yourself? He listened. Just like y'all have. Listened. Let me talk and let me cry. And tell me I've had a hard time. And you know what to do. It's time to do it. Like, absolutely. And I desperately want to be at a place in my life where I'm not fighting food. I want the forever fix. I want to be at peace with food. And the next time, because I know tragedies come in life, I'll have other rough places. That when I have a rough place the next time, I have such a good toolbox that I may gain 5 pounds, but not 35 pounds. I want to be fixed forever. I looked back over my last year, and I thought, geez, I've had a hard year, and cut myself a little slack, because that's what I would do with you. I would cut yourself a little slack. So I am here. I've quit crying. Still got a little snot going. I ugly cry. I'm just going to tell you, I don't cry pretty. I cry ugly, and my eyes turn bright green when I cry. I ugly cry. I share the uglies in my life. I share the pretties in my life. I want you to help me lose weight. I want to help you lose weight, and I want us in this together. And come join the Forever Fix. I'm going to be there busting my booty, and if it ever gets to where it's not 90-something degrees, I'm going to get back into walking again. I'm going back to the thing that worked to start with. And I'm doing it for the last time. So throw out those questions. Oh, you're an ugly crier, Kim. if we ever get together, we'll just all ugly cry. I would love to have a Holy Mess convention. Absolutely a dream. I would absolutely love it. So come join us. I will be in the Zoom as a student, just like you. And come lose weight with me. Come, let's learn Sarah's forever fix to where she's, yes, Kathy, we are all in this together, to where she says, the final time I lost this weight. I want this to be my final time. I'm 56 years old. I'm getting tired of losing 30 pounds over and over and over. Very tired. So come lose weight with me. Let's support each other. And if anybody ever needs to talk like I ugly talk tonight and share, please reach out to me. I will gladly listen to you. I've had very good friends that stopped in the grocery store and we've ugly cried. Convention in my backyard. Come on. You might get a few ticks. I'm in the country. Paula, amen. Your last time too. Carla's in. Carla, we're going to go thrifting. Absolutely. If we have a convention, it's mandatory. We all go to a thrift store. We have to. All right, gang. I'm going to get off here. I've way over talked. I did not mean to talk this long, but I wanted to tell, like Paul Harvey, the rest of the story. I wanted to tell the whole story. So I love you guys. I hope to see you on Saturday. You still got time to get in. And if you miss this first one for whatever reason, you can't attend the first one, hit us up in September. It's going to be starting August all the way through December. And we'll do this workshop every month. And Sarah says, try that first workshop. And if it's not for you, money back. That's how much she believes in this. And how much I believe it, because thank goodness I've lost 8 pounds. Boo-yah. I'll take it. Oh, I love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.